Before we get into the video, make sure you like and subscribe. This video right here is going to help me a lot, and maybe sure you can advertise this to other people so other people can know about this video as well. And for that, let's get into the video. If it was one thing, if it was one trait, if it was just this one thing that we can all learn from Jesus, and this one thing from him that everybody knows that he has, is positivity. Jesus always carried this type of positivity with him, you know? He was never negative, you know? He was speaking truthful, but he was always positive. However, we are going to talk about people who treated him bad. And yes, to be honest, there were people who were treating him bad, like the Pharisees and some other people that actually hate him. Yes, there were people that hated him. But what I want to talk about today is just that how Jesus did not let bad people influence him. What I mean is that he did not let those bad people get to him or speak down on him to make him not focus on God's goal, you know? So, if it was one thing, there was this video that really got to me, and it was from the movie The Chosen. Sorry, TV show. It was from the TV show The Chosen, and this really explains how Jesus did not care what they thought of him. Jesus did not care if they said, this Jesus guy, he's terrible, he's bad. He did not let that get to him. He continued on his purpose. He continued on God's purpose for him. So, let's look at the clip.
I wanted to clear a few things up, if that's okay.
By all means.
You Jewish boys are far from home.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we are. Shalom to you too.
Here's our traditional Jewish greeting for you.
Don't lift a finger.
That was a warning. Try it again and see what happens.
Quiet, Big James.
Shalom to you too. You filthy dogs!
I said quiet.
Let us do something.
And what would that achieve?
Defending your honor.
They reviled and humiliated you.
They deserve to have bolts of lightning rain down and incinerate them!
Yes, fire from the heavens.
Fire.
You said we could do things like that. Say the word, and it will happen.
Why not? We knew we couldn't trust these people. We shouldn't have come here in the first place. They don't deserve you.
Why do you think I had you work Melek's field? What was I trying to teach you?
To help?
You think it was just to be more helpful? Or to be better farmers? It was to show you that what we're doing here will last for generations. What I told Fotina at the well, and what she then told so many others, it's sowing seeds that will have a lasting impact for lifetimes. Can you not see what's happening here? These people that you hate so much are believing in me without even seeing miracles. It's the message, the truth that we're giving them. And you're going to get in the way of that because a few people from a region you don't like were mean to you. That they're not worthy? What, you're so much better? You're more worthy? Well, let me tell you something. You're not. That's the whole point. It's why I'm here.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Rabbi.
As we gather others, I need you to help show the way. To be humble.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Jesus had to push Peter and John back. Jesus had to push them back. Jesus had to push them back. And although those people were treating him bad, although those people literally spit on Jesus, what did Jesus do? What did Jesus do through all of that? He brushed it off. He brushed it off. He ignored them. He didn't let those type of groups of people, he did not let that group get to him. He did not let that group get to him. He brushed it off and continued with God's purpose. He brushed it off so much that later in his life, he probably just forgot what they said about him. Forgot all the negative stuff that they said about him. Because he's so focused on God's purpose that he completely brushed off the negativity that they gave him. And this probably wasn't the first time. Clearly, trust me, guys. Oh gosh, I don't even get on the Pharisees. The Pharisees were treating him terrible. The Pharisees were always accusing him, always treating him bad. They went so far to actually, hit him and, kill him. Yeah, they went that far. But what did Jesus do through all of that? He brushed it off. He didn't let the negativity get to him. When people were treating him bad, when people were talking trash about him, when people were talking negative about him, he did not let that influence him. He did all those people that said bad stuff to him. It did not get into his head and just say that, oh, okay, I'm a loser, oh, I'm bad, oh, what I'm doing is not good. No, he didn't do that. He brushed it off and continued with God's purpose. And that's exactly what we need to do. That's exactly what we need to do. Brush it off. Brush off all the negativity and continue with God's purpose in our lives. And before I actually, tell you about how to apply it in our actual lives, I want to share one more example, and then I can just talk about it. So, roll the next clip.
And yet, he was rejected by those who should have rejoiced at his coming.
What think ye? He is guilty of death.
So yeah, it's just I know that clip was very small, and it was like 30 seconds, but it really just emphasizes how much focused Jesus was on his purpose and didn't care what the Pharisees said about him or what negative people said about him. He still continued on God's purpose, even though that people were rejecting him. So enough of the ranting. How can we apply this to our own lives? It's so simple. It's so simple on how to apply this onto our own lives, yet people don't do this. This is how you apply it to your own life. When somebody speaks negative about you, if somebody says, "Oh hey, you're a loser," "Oh hey, you're terrible," this and that, right? If somebody just speaks negative about you, instead of fighting that guy off or arguing with him, you simply walk away. You walk away. Ignore them. Just walk away and ignore them. This is so powerful because there is a phrase that actions speak louder than words. And if you're just walking away from that person who just speaks negative about you, that negative person can't do anything, or can't retaliate, or can't say anything. All they can do is just speak negative, and that's it. That's it, because you're simply minding your own business. If you fight back, you actually give them power. You give them, you get them controlled over you. They think that, oh, okay, this guy's retaliating back to me. Oh, I can just speak negative about him and he'll just feel sorry. No, it's just you need to ignore that person. So, I know it was a lot, but what I'm trying to say is, when somebody is speaking bad about you, ignore them. Ignore them if somebody's speaking bad about you. Constantly. Because I know for a fact that some people, you know, some people do that to joke around. Like, some people aren't really that serious about it. But when you can tell it's serious, that's when you just back up. That's when you just back away from that person. So yeah. That's how you do it. But going back to Jesus, yeah, he never really cared what negative people thought about him, you know? Like, some people were calling him a loser. The Pharisees, you literally saw it. The Pharisees literally slapped him and just hated on him. But Jesus didn't care. He still had to do God's purpose for him, and he still completed it. And likewise, we need to complete our purpose that God has for us. So that's the video for today. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one, and yeah, peace.